6 cents. Sponsored by UGmusic.com. That's UGMUSIQ.com.
To be the light, I just wanna shine. Waiting my whole life.
Yeah.
I don't want to be only in the light. I want to be the light. To be the light, I feel like a star.
I'm shining.
Burning oh so bright.
Yeah, baby.
I don't want.
Hands up, don't shoot! Hands up!
Oh no, every time we rock, y'all murkin' no. Then we run the cop, them liquor no. Banana clips running out, blockin' no. Every time we pop, them things no. Every time we rap, you ain't hear me no. Every time we shot, I don't even know. On a nigga sunblock, rapping no. Every time we pop them things, I come from the ghetto, I'm not confused. Cause when I look in the rearview, I catch the blues. Or is it red lights, yellow lights, night? Don't forget the yellow tape, that's an eyesight. They be like cold breeze, no whole D's. I be running like a nosebleed. No keys in the streets, know it's so easy to OD. I've been praying to God for so long. Got cold knees and this rapping shit that changed my life. Cause it ain't no medication that can change my nights. I be rapping about the dreams and all the things I like. Nightmares of being killed, don't wanna live it twice. Mama's baby so shady, the world made me. Had to warm up on my own gun with no safety. Old lady on the porch tryna mind her biz, but she ain't studying, y'all, she tryna watch them kids. Fact. We be hopping out those weapons, no. Run up in this shot, slam like it's your show. Every time we rock, they ain't making no noise. Banana clip running out on them, oh no. When the neighbor knock, running, no. Every time they shot, oh no. Them not enough, come knock on your door. Every time we rock, no. Ghetto corrupted, I'm no puppet. Every time we in the news, I'm like, fuck it. Now Trump building walls, what a bucket. He just mad cause his DNA is rusty. Got my hoodie on, Drake ballot, kinda hoodie on. No justice, so precious, they just did them wrong. Cold streets, whole heat, somebody sing along. If they don't kill us, it's our own, then we do us wrong. Mad at one another when we losing. Wanna be kings but never king until it's proven. Now every time we feel like it's a come up, say we moving. Instead of building on our neighborhoods, we help growing. Mama said it be days like this. Used to listen to the songs, now it's days like this. Can't even take your girl shopping without the face like get. I'm praying I don't get like shit. Rock. Every time we rock, y'all murkin' no. Then we run the cop, them liquor no. Banana clips running out, blockin' no. Every time we pop them things no. Every time we rap, you ain't hear me no. Every time.
Yo, it's your boy Chill Will 804, man. And we live, man. XPOSED TV, you're checking out UG Music. Let's roll.
I just completed a 5-year study on this word, on the 3 words: Negro, nigger, N-I-G-G-E-R, and nigga, our word, N-I-G-G-A. Traveled everywhere. I looked in the Noise Museum, the Noise Museum in Berlin. I looked at well, of course, the British Museum and the VA Museum in London. We went over to the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, including the British Library as well. I'm trying to remember, my name's escaping. I got all these museums in my head right now, but in France, the Louvre was great. Went to the Louvre, dug up information there. The reason I mentioned the library, the museums, is because here's where you see real niggas, which is the title of my book. The book is called Real Niggas, a look at institutionalized racism through the N-words. Words with an S. What we really want to see is institutionalized racism. Let's see how that really works in our lives today. But the way to see it is to look at the word nigger, because this is the only word in the English language that's treated like a nigger. The word nigger, N-I-G-G-E-R, people say the common thought is that it comes from the Spanish negro. When I went to Spain, that was not the case. Barcelona has a whole different information on that. This is American folklore. To believe that negro is nigger is from negro, which comes from the Spanish. That's folklore. When you go to Spain, the word negro comes from the word nigger. Nigger is first, because the word nigger, N-I-G-R, is the Latin of the word negro. The Spanish negro comes from the Latin nigger, N-I-G-R, and it didn't mean black. It meant the time. It meant dawn or dusk. It meant becoming black, whether in the morning or becoming black at night, or coming out of black in the morning or going into black at night.
The existence of darkness, in other words.
The existence of darkness. Nigger. Nigger, N-I-G-R, is also pronounced as Niger. Africans today in what we call Niger, they don't pronounce it as Niger, they pronounce it as Niger. Niger is a French word. Where we get the word nigger from is not from the Spanish, it's from the French. The French had a thing called vulgar Latin, common Latin, people's Latin. First of all, Latin, okay, is a language that influences or creates, to most extent, Spanish, French, Portuguese, English, even parts of German took it, this kind of thing.
The so-called romance languages. Right?
The so-called romance languages, that's right. And so these languages are Latin-based languages. But Latin takes its cue from Sanskrit. And not only from Sanskrit, but from all the surrounding Mediterranean nations. Rome was created by dark-skinned Italians, lighter-skinned Italians. Actually, dark-skinned Italians were called the Sabines or Sabians. They were dark-skinned Yemenese people, Africans from Yemen. They were the first in Italy, in what was called Italy. Then you got Central Europeans mating with them, living amongst them. That's the other that's the other Italians that are called Latinos, the original speakers of Latin. Okay, these Central Europeans messing around with these black Yemenese people. These two people link up with the Etruscans, a multiracial group of people as well, multi-mixed people. These three people create Rome. Rome takes all their languages and creates Latin. Even Greek language is thrown in there too. So Latin is all these Mediterranean languages, African languages, Greek languages. Anybody trading with Rome, Rome's just eating up people's languages, eating up people's cultures, just taking on stuff. They come up with the word Niger, Niger, nigger, and nker. Nker. You don't say nigger, it's nger. Nger. You gotta do nger. Okay? They take all of that and come up with this word NGR. The Punic Wars with the Carthaginians around the 200s BC. They had 3 wars. In the 200s BC, they're fighting blacks in Europe. They're trying to kick us out of Europe. Black folk, the Carthaginians, the Phoenicians, we run in the whole Mediterranean. The whole thing. Master navigators, sailing everywhere. Circumnavigated the whole planet, doing trade everywhere. Romans are nothing.
Just the Moors running town. The Moors.
No, this is way before Moors.
Okay.
Moors don't exist yet.
Okay.
Islam didn't invade the Berbers yet.
Oh, okay.
This is before all that. They're AD. We're talking BC. BC, before Christian era, Rome creates an entire empire based on all the people of its region. Black folk were Romans. White folk, Romans. And as a matter of fact, back then there were no real white people. What we call white people today is a real early invention of inbreeding. Certain white people got together and said, we'd rather...
It's too cold. 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 I got it straight from the mud. It's too cold. 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 Trapping up the hair. It's too cold. 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 It's got it straight from the mud. It's too cold. 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 I got it straight from the mud. It's too cold. 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 Trapping up the hair. Came straight from the mud. All you see was the dirt. Trapping from the bando. Had to flip with some work. We took trains OT just to get to a bag. You had plans to get rich. Just me and my man. It's too cold on these streets. Better watch it back. And don't trust no soul when you up in the trap. And keep a full loaded clip. Bare face with no mask. And keep a full loaded clip. Bare face with no mask. It's too cold. It's too cold. It's too cold. It's too cold.
make children with our daughters and sisters than make children with these black people, these darker race people who we defeated in war. Which is why we don't want to do that. We wanted their trade routes. We were the master trade. We had trade routes. So Rome wanted the trade routes. So Rome started taking other black people out of our culture that felt disgruntled and wasn't getting their fair due. And they used them to fight against the Carthaginians, black on black. Carthaginians fight a crazy war, okay? They were winning until the Romans took Carthaginian war techniques. Carthaginians had the boats. They was destroying Romans with our ships. One ship, the Carthaginians lost one ship. They lost, like one ship broke or something and started sinking on its own. They abandoned it. The Romans took that ship and copied an entire fleet from that one ship, came back to the Carthaginians, wiped them out. From this point on, being black is not the end thing. Romans who were black side with whites now. Because it's war.
Yeah, exactly.
I fought against these people. I'm not, it wasn't really racial. It was political. I fought against these people. So why am I going to now mate with you? Let me mate with my white folk, who I just fought with, died with. So now you get this separation. Okay, black people still run in Europe. Remember, our trade routes is 10,000 years old. You don't wipe that out in a few hundred years. Sorry. Still running shit. Now, around, you can go to 600 AD. Arabs start coming in, invading everything. Peaceful black people used to be protected by the Carthaginians, Phoenicians, so on. It was peaceful black tribes, unarmed, no weaponry, no need for it. No prisons, no word for prisons. No word for jail, no word for crime, no word for none of that. Weapons, gun, none of that. It didn't exist in our concept of humanity.
Can I ask a question? Where do the Nagas come in this?
The Nagas?
Yeah.
You taking me back now?
Is it before all of this?
Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Way before.
Way before. Naga. See, you just derailed the whole deal. Let me sidetrack.
CJ knows.
Honestly, I need you to stay focused. Trust me when I say fuck that old shit, I'm not playing. I know that you can't wait. You wanna put it all in my face. You want me gripping on your waist, I'ma give you a taste. I know that you just need some dick. You just need some love. I know you're used to messing with these niggas, baby. Won't you come and rock with a stud? I could be a plug, you could be the one. Know you got stories about your ex, but baby, please stop bringing him up. Dice could never say they want it. Dice could never say they hard. But I know your body fiending for me, baby. Let me be in charge. Dice could never say they want it. Dice could never say they hard. But now you got me here, I ain't leaving. I'ma let you have it all, I'm done teasing. Watch me give it to you like you need it, baby. Now you on top and you rocking back and forth. It's your body that I'm pleasing, baby. Ooh, you got me pulling on your head while I'm kissing on your tats and I'm smacking on your ass while I hit it from the back. Ay, it could get real lit. Let me let you know this. I ain't too good at loving, but I'm a beast when it comes to fucking. I'm just being honest. I ain't too good at loving. Yeah, my dick fake, but it got you bustin' real nuts. Dykes need love too. 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 Dykes need love too.
Because the ancestors are talking through you. So the Naga starts off ancient civilization that's being called that. These people split off and become what we call the Indians in India today. The word Naga came into India not as a word but as a symbol, which was the snake or the serpent. The Kundalini, which is, I ain't even gonna get into that because that's their metaphysical, spiritual, whole deep thing in there, the Kundalini, but it's important to say. The life force represented by the serpent. So the black folk walking around with the serpent, the symbol was their symbol of life. There's also another reason for the serpent, that when you take certain hallucinogens, medicinal plants like peyote or ayahuasca and so on, you see the serpent. And the serpent talks to you and tells you all kinds of craziness that you then take and use in real life. Every indigenous tribe speaks of this serpent. And there was a book called DNA and the Cosmic Serpent, Jeremy Collins. He writes about how what he found out living amongst people and taking taking ayahuasca himself. He said that the snake beings that you see, that's what he calls it, snake, these serpent beings that you see is DNA. It's you bring your consciousness down to the double, what is interpreted as the double helix. is what you see when you take that ayahuasca. Now, ayahuasca is everywhere. We live in prison, so we don't have it growing like right over there. But if you was in your original state, you walk down the street, ayahuasca right there. Boom, you hit that, you see the snake. Snakes start talking. Yo, this is what's going to happen in the future. This is what happened in your past. This is who you really are. Here's what you got to say to your mother. Yo, you're going to have a son in 3 days. Yo, you're going to do that. This is what Snake is telling you, how to heal yourself, all this. So Africans are walking around with the naga. They put it on their head. Pharaohs of Egypt still carry the tradition. They have 2 nagas. They have the cobra and like a grass serpent. The cobra is Kushite. The grass serpent is Egyptian, or what would become the rival Kushite community, which we call Kemet. Nubia, wait a minute, there's all these names. Kush is what Egyptians call these black people. Nubia is what Romans call the same black people. So Kush and Nubia are the same people. Okay? Kemet is what Egypt called itself. KMT. Kemet is what they call themselves. Egypt is Greek. Greek word. So all these unnamed people are getting names by foreigners that are invading them. Kush is constantly invaded by these people that call themselves Kemet. But these people from Kemet are Kushites. The older civilizations.
They fighting each other, don't they?
Huh?
They fighting each other.
Yeah. 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 The Egyptians, the reason there's a Kush and in Egypt is because somebody in Kush broke off and said, we ain't Kush no more.
North and South Egypt? That's
Yes.
separated.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. That separation wouldn't come until Rome. Rome comes 300 AD and they split Upper and Lower Egypt. And back in the days, there was no separation. There was no separation. There was something called the Negus. The Ethiopian king, or the Ethiopian ruler.
You said Negus.
The Negus.
Okay.
Negus. The Negus, where the word nigger really comes from. The Negus was the emperor, the Ethiopian ruler of the world. The rightful king of the earth and queen of the earth was called the Negus. And it comes from the word Ungus. Some even trace it back to the Ankh, even. These are the oldest rulers. It's not even rulers of the earth. I would have to say servants of the earth, because back then the king was the servant. The highest person in the society was the one serving the society and managing the land. So when you think king, don't think warrior king. Think a servant. Think of somebody who's like a true public servant. Person serving the community. They go out, hunt buffalo, hunt whatever. They come back, they feed their community. Like that. So, and by the way, Ethiopia is the birthplace of humanity. So out of Ethiopia, you get the first kings. And they called themselves the Negus. White Europeans later on would take that word Negus and destroy it, because that's who they wanted to destroy, calling us neggers. The word was negger, N-E-G-A-R first. Neggers is what they called us first. From Negus. That's their bastardization of the term that they heard. So they start calling us that. The sick part to it is that because they called us niggers derogatorily, we feel that the word nigger is derogatory toward us because we're trained by white colonists. If we would think outside of their interpretations, you would see that no word is really offensive. No word. You give meaning to words. Words don't give meaning to you. So, go back now. The Naga. Naga civilization. Oh, snakes. The pharaoh sitting there with the cobra. The grass snake. These are the 2 kingdoms fighting each other. The cobra winds up going into India, called the Naga. They only use one, called the Naga. It's the cobra. The Naga was according to Hinduism, the Nagas was a real people, black people, that protected the Buddha. In fact, before Buddha, it's Krishna. The Nagas were with Krishna. Krishna means black. That's where I get my name from. Krishna. This is what KRS is from. It means black. Krishna is surrounded by what is called the Nagas, cobras. When Buddhism comes in, which is really Hinduism, Buddhism comes into play, you always see the Buddha surrounded by his Nagas, which are 7 cobras that protect him. These are black people, symbolized in these ways.
Sometimes they're blue, right?
Sometimes they, oh, come on now. Oh, man, don't talk about blue. That's the indigo right there. All the original gods were painted blue. Okay, we're not going there. That's too long. Naga. The Naga continues on. Everybody respecting the snake, respecting the cobra, respecting this symbol of immortality, which is what it was. Immortality, fertility. The snake shed its skin. It's like it never died. It looked like it died, but it didn't. This kind of thing. I have a theory that the reason the snake was also used and it shed its skin is because Africans were always shedding their skin. Africans were producing humanity. We don't live in this time no more. But back then, there were Africans that were producing white people. You know, albinoid Africans. Africans without melanin. It's a mutation of African genes. It's, I don't want to say it's not a disease, it's not a virus, but it's a
mutation.
It's a mutation. It's not normal. It's abnormal. You have black Africans producing white babies, albinoid Africans. But when they produce these albinoid Africans, the chief would kill them. Imagine the mother. Imagine you give birth to this baby, baby come out white. And you know that if the king sees this baby, they're going to say, nope, this is an abnormal birth. Kill it. That's what Africans were doing. Kill it. Matter of fact, the Romans accused the Phoenicians of being baby killers. Because the Phoenicians would kill kids indiscriminately. Like, if you was born with the wrong teeth, you were killed. Born with the wrong skin color, killed. Born without the right hair, killed. Born, this is Africa, okay? So your baby come out white. Ain't killing them. Centuries later, they say, okay, we're not gonna kill him. You go into exile.
Citymusic.com. That's UGMUSIQ.com.
To be the light, I just wanna shine. Waited my whole life.
Yeah.
I don't want to be only